Right, we're going to repair this hole here where the original timer went through. We're going to put this smaller one in here. I'm just using a piece of ABS. That's the hole. Now we're going to try and get this to fit properly. A couple of quick tips. I've got two factory edges, this one and this one. I've sanded down these ends and rounded them on the inside. I'll just use a body plane to just do it raw. And then if it doesn't move when you rock it, that you know that length's good. But if you go like this with this one, see it pushes out, it won't go flat. So this is my cut edge, this is a factory edge. So we're going to just take a little bit off this one to make it fit. Right, so after a bit of sanding, we've got no rock on there, there, or there, or there. We know that's going to fit in the hole. And what I did was I rounded off these corners so this piece is fitting on here, not on the edges. So now we can clean all that up, go around this with a bit of fine paper, and then we can glue it on with some ABS cement. If you're wondering how I sanded it, I put the flatbed sander in the vise, and then you've got more control. Right, so there we have our piece, and then we're going to glue that down with ABS cement. Once it's dry, we just put a little bit of filler around that just to make it look nice. Might just take a hair off. Yeah, I'm going to take a little hair off there. Which way? That's good. Here. Yeah, that's not too bad. Now remember, they chopped this out probably with a chisel. There were some raised bits where they put the screws in and around these edges. Just flatten them down. Right, we'll glue that up and then we'll clamp it and go and get some lunch. Right, some ABS cement. This will melt onto the existing panel. I'm not putting glue on this piece. You'll see why in a minute, because I don't want it to squidge out all over the place. Now get clamps with a deep throat on them, not like Linda Lovelace, but something that's going to go all the way around there and hold that on whilst it sets. Well, that didn't turn out too bad. In fact, I don't think I'll put any filler in that. I think it just looks like a little bit of a contrasting panel. So what we're going to do now is fit that little controller. When I find it, what have I done with it? Oh, it's here. There we are. So we're going to put it close to the driver as possible. Unfortunately, with the instructions, there comes a little sticker. And you can peel that sticker off and put it on here. Now let's put that sort of in the middle, like that. And it says we have to drill a 2.5mm hole and a 7.5mm hole just on there, and then that controller will go, that's it, that's how it goes, like that, look. Alright, so that's good, and then all we have to do is wire up the plug. The screw, when I put it in originally, this very fine screw, was, they said drill it out to 2.5mm. I think it was a little bit too big, because when I fastened it down, I stripped the hole out, fastened it to the plastic, so never mind. What we're going to do is we're going to get a couple of blocks like this, sand them and glue them together, and then we'll pass a smaller drill through, but it'll have more meat to contact onto. Well, there you go. I put a little block in there. It's not pretty on the inside, but it's not too bad on the outside. It looks good. So now we can put our knob on. Where does it go? Oh, there's a little flat on there. There we go. Full operation. And now we can go and put the wires on. Now there is a wiring diagram included with instructions somewhere. I think it's on another sheet of paper. The paper is quite big, it's in every language imaginable. But they give you a little mini CD and then you can blow that up and look at the colours of the wires. So I'm going to try and follow the wires on the CD because there's only, how many is there to wire up? There's not that many. Let's have a look. Just pull that cover down a little bit. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 wires, that's all we have. And these are already connected, and it comes with a multi-pin, a block, if you see what I mean, so it's male and female, so you can take them out. And it's got the pins for the other end in the car, you know, already on for the heater, so it shouldn't be too difficult to do. Famous last words. So there we are, that's a new unit in. Works fine, works perfect. There's the ignition on. You want to turn the heater on, turn it, what the heck's that? Oh, the horn went off. And you want to turn it off, go like that. You want the blower, just turn like that, easy. And you can set your control temperature high and low. Now you can see what the problem's been. Somebody, you know, there's always people who think they can wire Land Rovers up better than Land Rover themselves, but even Land Rover couldn't do it properly. You can see how the fuse box is busting out. There's so many wires in there. It's got the head unit in, but unfortunately I think that head unit, yeah, it has a CD player in, and you can't put CD players into these Land Rovers because it's too deep. What would be better was a newer type. They're only about this deep, and then you could use that again, and there isn't even a cover to go on the outside. But I don't know. But that little panel fixed up nice, so that gives you some room to put gauges and dashes and more things that's going to drag on your battery. Yeah, I don't know, I'm just a bit disappointed with all these wires and things, but never mind. So that's it. All I've got to do now is the steering wheel, align it up, and that's my done. Now this is just a sort of a simple warning that, like, what time is it now? 10 to 3. It's 10 to 3. I started this morning at 9 o'clock. Had an hour for dinner. Look at the messing about I've had. These jobs just suck time in. And of course, because this is stuck out a bit, you know, I've got the screws in the side, but yeah, it doesn't fit very well. So am I going to spend more time in it? This USB outlet works, but this one doesn't because they had 2 lives going to it. That was interesting. So I took one off, left it. Right, okay, signing off. See you later.